paralyzed by a simple "how are you" at a party, yet perfectly calm during a genuine life-threatening crisis? While most people experience a sympathetic nervous system hijack, where their fight-or-flight response takes over and causes panic, you enter a state of high-level crisis competence. Feeling mentally exhausted by small talk, but perfectly locked in during a disaster, is a known biological feature of your brain. Your emotional detachment in the middle of chaos is a highly specialized survival adaptation forged by your past. Developmental psychology describes a wicked environment as a childhood defined by unpredictability, adversity, or situations where a child is forced to act as the adult. In this information processing model, an erratic upbringing becomes your brain's foundational programming. It learns to expect instability. Because of this early coding, your brain registers peace as a hidden threat, causing persistent anxiety while waiting for the next disaster. Conversely, chaos gets coded as home. In an emergency, the ambiguity disappears, and the rules of survival and action become instantly clear. You have a normal emotional baseline. It is simply shifted so that your nervous system treats chaos as the standard operating environment. To understand how this works, we have to look at cognitive schemas. These are internal mental frameworks built from past experiences that your brain uses to rapidly interpret new information. In casual settings, your social schema runs into a problem called leaky sensory gating. Unlike a typical brain that automatically filters out background chatter and flickering lights, your brain lets all that irrelevant data in. Add in hypervigilant mirror neurons, the brain cells that allow us to feel the emotions of others, and you absorb every subtle shift in tone and microexpression in the room. While a standard processing system smoothly filters out the noise, the trauma-adapted brain absorbs every single data point. The system quickly clogs and overloads. Leaving a party feeling entirely drained is a mechanical data processing error caused by an overactive threat detection schema. When an actual emergency strikes, the crisis schema activates. That hyper-awareness suddenly transforms into an elite operational advantage. The childhood necessity of tracking an unpredictable adult's every mood develops into what researchers call sentinel intelligence. In adulthood, this matures into remarkably high-level executive function. During a crisis, a threat signal travels through the neural pathways, but in a trauma-adapted brain, it actively bypasses the amygdala, the brain's emotional panic center. Instead, the signal routes directly into the prefrontal cortex, instantly translating raw threat data into a structured checklist. Simultaneously, your vagus nerve kicks in. High vagal tone acts as a biological anchor, regulating your heart rate and keeping your physical reactions strictly inside your window of tolerance. During a disaster, you aren't freezing. You are successfully executing highly sophisticated, pre-installed survival software. This brings us to the output stage of our information processor. Running these high-alert programs constantly in daily life guarantees physical and mental burnout. Because your childhood input was erratic, your brain developed a confirmation bias towards chaos. It selectively hunts for evidence of danger, even during times of peace. Recognizing this mechanic is the first step toward overriding it. You can train this through retrieval practice. By intentionally recalling feelings of safety during low-stakes moments, you teach your brain to access calming neural pathways. Actively managing these output processes converts crisis competence from an involuntary reflex into a tool you can choose to deploy. This deliberate optimization drives post-traumatic growth. Early adversity acted as an intense forge, building an incredibly resilient neural architecture. The Swiss psychiatrist Carl Jung proposed the archetype of the wounded healer, the idea that surviving a psychological wilderness provides the specific experience needed to recognize and stabilize others currently lost in it. The peace enjoyed by those who have lived entirely sheltered lives is often fragile. Your wisdom is profound, deeply rooted, and battle-tested by necessity. You are not broken because you struggle in the quiet. You are society's ultimate safety net, perfectly calibrated for the storm.